So, what did we do today?
First we went to Disneyland, and it turns out
That
it wasn't closed, but all the reservations were taken up. We had to turn back around. But first we went to downtown Disneyland.
and then so we like went through the security a bunch of times, right?
Yeah, and they found my vape, and he was questioning me. The security was questioning me to see if I had CBD in my vape, and I'm like, no.
But first of all,
nicotine.
CBD is like legal.
Yeah.
And like CBD isn't the correct term, it's THC. So like
This way.
okay, so then so we decided since we're in Disney, we're gonna go to downtown Disney and we're gonna go in the shops. But then we decided, no, didn't we decide let's leave? And then we decided, no, let's go back. Like, I don't know what happened. So then we decided to eat. And then
We got lost, basically.
Did we get lost? No, we decided to eat. So we went and got Mexican food. And then
I had a margarita,
we had
some mezcal, and it didn't sit with me very well. I
Okay.
thought Rachel was being mean. I was tripping out once again.
Oh, yeah, because
Luckily we didn't smoke pot.
wait, because you thought I was being mean because what happened?
Because I'm
because
freezing.
I don't remember what happened. Because this is cool. Because we're really bad at this recap. All right, so you thought I was being mean because I wanted hot sauce, and then you're like, oh, this is hot sauce, and I was like, but is that hot
sauce?
Is that hot sauce? But I really wasn't sure because there was two hot sauce, like there was two salsas, and I wasn't sure if one was hot sauce, like if one was like a spicy one and one was like a regular one, and he thought I was just being a bitch. And he was like, I see, like you're telling me that you're like a bitch, and now I can see like that you are kind of mean. And I was like, what do you mean?
I never called you.
You were like, oh, I can see like you kind of being mean right now. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And then he's like, oh, I'll talk about it later. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, what did I say now? And then they ordered like guacamole, and I was like, wait, I don't want guacamole, because it was like a huge, like they came with the guacamole cart, and they like started to like take out the avocados, like carve them out. I was like, oh, I don't want guacamole. And then like, because I like wasn't sure, like, because that wasn't part of the plan, and I like wasn't sure like if I wanted to pay for extra stuff, and like I would just like didn't plan it out. And then like
and
also
she pulled a typical Rachel and went, I want the guacamole, I don't want the guacamole, maybe we should get the guacamole, I don't know.
I was like really like overthinking the guacamole at that point. Like I was like, but wait, maybe I do like guacamole, like that would be nice on my salad, like blah,
But
blah.
it was a lot of guacamole. It was like for 8 people, and we're only 2 people.
Yeah, so like it's good that we didn't get it, because we would have died like trying to eat that guacamole. And you can't like really take guacamole to go, you know? You really can't. So like, wait, I feel like we
It'll
should
turn
say,
brown.
yeah, you can't take guacamole. The guacamole is not like a thing that you can just be like, all right, let me take that to go.
All right, so yeah, then when we tried to leave, that's when we got lost, and we kept looking for a parking spot, and none of the employees could tell us where 9E was.
Yeah.
They sent us like 5 different directions.
They were like, yeah, 9E, like you might want to try that way. And we're like, okay, but like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, we're sure. And you could tell that they like weren't sure, and they were like straight up lying. So we're like just walking around for like what felt like an hour, but Phil said it was like,
only like 10-15 minutes.
yeah, he said it was like 10 minutes, but I felt like it was definitely an hour. And then finally I was all like heated, and I was like, listen, I was like, the other employees didn't help us. I was like, we don't know where our car is, blah, blah, blah. And I was being a bitch kind of, right? At that point. And I was like,
I wouldn't call it a bitch, but I mean, your choice of words.
and then he was like, okay. And then he like pointed us. He was like, oh, well, I think it's in the other parking lot. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. And so apparently we were supposed to like write down the name of the character and the color, which we didn't know because there were no instructions. And then, also like we were wondering why they let us into the park. Like if they knew that the park was sold out, why did they even let us in?
Oh yeah, that's right. We
Yeah.
went all the way through to the entrance just to find out.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they wanted us to go to the restaurants
Yeah.
and spend money on liquor.
Yeah.
Even though you don't drink.
Yeah. Like, they got us in. Like, either way, that's extra, like, money.
Spend money on
Yeah.
clothes, spend money on Disney
Yeah.
ears,
And
Mickey ears, whatever you want to call them.
And they made us wait, like, on the line to go on the bus to get into the park. Once we get into the park, oh, sorry, sold out, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, now you're here, I guess. Like, and then they were like, okay, well, we might as well eat, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
I needed to stretch.
Okay, so then what did we do after? Oh,
We took off to Newport. We just went to the nicest, closest beach that we could find, like 25 minutes away.
oh, wait, but we didn't say first, like, that we like, weren't sure what to do. Like, so then next we weren't sure what to do. We're like, well, what should we do? Should we, like, okay, we could go, like, to Six Flags or whatever, but that's, like, far away.
Universal, or we could go to Malibu. Or
But everything was really far away.
Dana
so
Point.
yeah, then we're like, okay, well, by the time we get there, it's gonna be like 3 p.m. and then it's like, okay, wow, like the day's over, so we might as well not do that.
We almost took a ferry to Catalina Island.
Yeah.
But it was also too late for that too. So we just went to Newport, went to Balboa Island. There are a ton of cute homes.
Yeah, they were cute, the homes. Oh, we walked all the way around the island, the cute island with shops, and then we like went into this like art gallery, and then we went like and walked on the beach. It was like a tiny beach with like a pier, and then
But we had
What
to
else?
like go underneath every single little pier. There were like a bunch of, oh no, you call them docks. There were a bunch of docks.
Yeah.
We had to go underneath all the little
Yeah.
docks. We were walking to the beach.
yeah,
But you didn't tell them about the video that we tried to make at Toastique. We went
Yeah.
to this juice bar, coffee
Yeah.
shop called Toastique. We tried to make a video.
yeah. Oh yeah, because I wanted to like do this wheatgrass thing, social media thing that I can't seem to accomplish because I'm so embarrassed. Like, I want to do it, but I'm so embarrassed. And then so we walked in, and I'm like, "Do you guys have wheatgrass?" And he's like filming me, and then there's this guy, and he's like not impressed that he's being filmed or whatever. Actually, he wasn't being filmed. I think it was just me being filmed, but he was not happy about it. And I was like, "You guys don't have wheatgrass?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "You don't have wheatgrass?" I was like, "Why don't you have wheatgrass?" And then I like started laughing, and like it was like, oh, I was looking at Phil, and then he stopped filming, and then it was like,
The
okay,
guy
I
just
ruined it.
Walked off.
The guy stormed off. He didn't walk off. The
He was
guy
pissed.
working at the juice bar stormed off, like into the back, and he was like, "I can't fucking deal with this," right? Didn't he say, "I can't deal with this"?
He did not want to be filmed.
He was like, "I can't deal with this." And then the girl was such a sweetheart, and she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "He's like gets upset easily," and we're like, "Sorry, it's for social media." And she's like, "Well, like," I was like telling her like why I was doing it, and she's like, "Oh, you might want to like find a place that like you know the people, or like ask in advance, but like there's another like place nearby, and like blah blah blah." And like she was kind of nice, but like maybe she was low-key pissed, I don't know, but she was being polite.
I think she seemed genuinely nice.
Yeah, and then we bought stuff, so like in the end it was okay, but like I was just embarrassed. Like every time I try to do these filming things that are like really inappropriate, I get like really embarrassed. Like I want to do it, but I just don't know how to accomplish it without not being super embarrassed.
So then
it doesn't get done.
After walking around Newport,
Yeah.
we went back and we ate at a Thai place.
Yeah.
But on our way back, I was freaking out, had way too much caffeine, was on an empty stomach. This
Oh.
vegan thing is freaking impossible. I don't know how people survive. I said I was gonna die like 10 times.
he was like, I don't know. I just like need so much food. Like I'm so hungry, blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm just like, well, when did you get hungry? And you're like, oh, just now. And that was like hours later from like lunch. And I was like, well, that's normal. Like you can be hungry like hours later. Like, I feel like that's pretty normal. And then, but I was like, you like missed the whole part of me freaking out all day. Like I was freaking out all day about like
forgot about
if
our
I
talk
should
on-
stay like in like California longer, or how I'm gonna stay, or like the people I'm staying with, like what I should say, like, or like, and my dad's calling me, like trying to like coach me like all day, like being like, oh, like, I'm gonna tell you what to do with this, and with the doctor, and with that, and like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm having a panic attack, like, all day. Like, and then, yeah, I was having panic attacks. Like, trying to enjoy Disney, but like, or whatever, but like, just not sure, like, because I'm like, oh, like I don't know if I should move here, or like if I'm gonna have friends, or like if I'm gonna get a job, or who should live with, or blah blah blah. And then Phil's like, oh, you're like coming up, like he's like being all positive, and he's like, oh, well, like it seems like a great opportunity, like to meet people, and like blah blah blah, and it's gonna work out, and like this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you're saying that because it's not you doing it. And he's like, oh, well, I've lived places, like in a lot of places, and like it was fine. And I'm like, yeah, well, you're not me. Wait, so what were you gonna say? So I was freaking out.
Can we pause it and then like?
No, we're not pausing. Okay.
We can't start a new. Okay.
No. But then what happened after that? Wait, and then.
We backpedaled. Wait. Oh, the life coaching thing. Do you want to tell them about the life coaching thing? And are you trying to be a life coach, or do you want this on video?
Yes, I don't care. So then, like, I guess I like get messages from people all the time for life coaching. So this lady messaged me that I have to like help her son with figuring out a career and for college, and I'm like researching like what to do, how to figure out a career, and I'm like, bro, like I can't even figure out my own career. Like, how am I gonna help this kid figure out like his career? Like, and I'm like so anxious about this like career bullshit. And
she's like going on and on about like, should she do it, should she not do it, should she go through with the client? She doesn't know what she's doing, but she might know what she's doing. I feel like if you had a little bit of motivation,
confidence,
you could do it. But
and then he was telling me like what to do, like oh, ask this, ask that, ask about their life.
I was not
like,
telling you what to do. It was a discussion.
I'm saying like he had like was very more calm about it, and like would probably like do better at it than me. But I was like bugging, like out, like I was like, oh, I'm like hyperventilating, like trying like. And yesterday I spent so much time taking this career test so I could like figure out like what to do with this kid, like, and I'm like just gonna have him take a career test, and then it's like, okay, well then he could just go take a career test, and why the fuck does he need me? Like, you know, like just take this career test. And then today I found like a better career test, and it involves like all this analyzed data, blah blah blah, and whatever, and you can get it for like $150, and then
how cheap.
And then it also like, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm just like, should I just send him here, like, to do this, and he gets a career coach? I'm like, they're probably better than me. And he's like,
trying to hand
he's
off
like,
your
are you
client
trying
to
to,
the next
like,
person?
yeah, he's like, don't you want like a reoccurring client, or do you want to just like give it away, like give your client away? And I'm like, well, I feel like they can do like a better job, like. And I'm like, but the mom's gonna be mad if she has to like pay for something because she's like paying for me. So then what am I good for? And then like, yeah. And then I asked like my therapist guy, and he's like, you don't have any training in this. He's like, why would you do that? Blah,
he
blah,
straight
blah.
up told you not to do it. And I'm like,
yeah.
I think you should try it because I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
In terms of you following through with something instead of straight up giving up before you get started. But
yeah.
I'm not going to get into all that.
Yeah, because you think that I give up like way too easily, right? Right? I come up with like reasons.
Those words did not come out of my mouth.
Yeah, you do. It's fine. I get it. Well, I didn't want to come to California. I was gonna give up and be like, no, I'm not fucking going. This is too stressful. And
but you did it.
And my dad like was like, oh, you should go. Like
you
blah blah
blah.
blah.
Little push to get yourself started.
And I was like, get anxious, and I don't want to do it. But yeah. So then. What did we do after?
So after the Thai place, we went and ate at the Thai place after Newport.
What was it called? The Thai place, Vegan Thai, right?
Vegan Thai
in Beverly Hills.
It was pretty good. It was a cute little restaurant. You know, we were the only ones in there.
It was empty. It was so cute that we got our own restaurant. And then, what did you get? Oh, I got
it was a good meal.
What, tom kha or something like that. Soup.
I don't even.
What'd you get?
I got like vegetable stir fry with tofu and baked chicken.
And how'd you feel about the food, the vegan
curry.
food?
I was freaking out at the vegan place. My face was turning red. I'm like, it's all the veganisms.
Yeah. We were trying to decide like why is his face beat red, like, and he's like, I think it's from being vegan, going through withdrawals, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't think being vegan like makes your face go red. Like, I don't know, like I never heard of that before, but like maybe your body is like going through some kind of withdrawals. Like I know that can happen.
She thought it was the alcohol. I'm like, I had one drink 6 hours ago
Yeah.
and my face is turning red.
Yeah, and then, okay, then what happened? Then, so then we weren't sure if it was like because he was hungry, like, but I'm like, do you usually get red when you're hungry? And then, like, he had an energy drink, so like, or well, was it the energy drink? But like, I feel like we'll never know. Like, maybe it was like the combination of veganism plus energy drink
Yeah,
plus like hunger, but I'm not sure. Like,
I don't know what was going on with
what
me,
caused
but
it.
I
Yeah.
was feeling like I wanted to punch
but
babies.
then he ate and you got better,
and
right? You were hungry.
I was hungry.
I think maybe you were hungry, so you got stressed, maybe.
Yeah, a little
Right?
bit.
Were you stressed?
A little bit. Well, I'm detoxing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're not
Being
sure.
vegan is freaking difficult.
And he said, like, oh, I'm going to have to eat so much food. It's going to be so expensive being vegan. And, like, I don't know. That might be true. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, like, how much it will cost. Like, I guess if you eat out, then yeah. Like, if you don't eat out, then I'm, like, maybe, yeah, too. If it's, like, organic. But I'm not sure. And then,
Then after
Yeah.
the Thai place, we went to Bel Air in the dark. We could
Yeah.
hardly see the houses.
We saw the
we
Fresh
could tell they
Prince.
were epic. Yeah, we saw the Fresh Prince of.
I'm staying with my auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Yeah, that place. We went to Bel Air. We stopped by the Bel Air Hotel. We couldn't even figure out where the entrance was. It was like secretive.
Yeah, and all of, like, the houses were gated, and they had, like, really tall, like, barricades with, like, tall tree, like, bushes that you couldn't see over. So we were like, I was like, damn, we can't even see any views. Like, everything is blocked. Like, even the gates were sometimes not even, like, the gates were, like, not see-through. The gates were blocked. So
It was funny too,
Yeah.
though, because as we're like driving through like Beverly Hills and some of the like richest neighborhoods maybe in the world, Rachel is acting like all unimpressed. Like, this is it? Like, what? This is...
I was like, this isn't that great. These houses aren't that great. He's like, really? And I'm like, my house is the same size as this or bigger. And like, I'm like, these aren't as good as the Hamptons. Like, I've seen better. Like, better architecture in the Hamptons. Like, much cooler
you couldn't
designs.
Even see the architecture. The homes are all gated.
Well, like, the ones that I could see were like, I wasn't impressed. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, they just weren't my style. Like, for example, like, the ones on the Balboa Island I thought were cool. Like, the modern ones.
And
or,
those
like,
were so tiny.
but they were
compared to
cool looking.
Yeah.
Like, I like the architecture. Like, I could appreciate the design. And, like, I could see even the interiors inside the house. And, like, see what was going on. And, like, you know. But these houses just were kind of lame in my opinion.
You just called Bel Air lame.
No, not Bel Air. The other ones.
Okay. Oh,
and then the
other
ones, like, in Bel Air we couldn't see.
Beverly
and
Hills. Okay, like that.
then the ones that we
entrance
saw.
to Beverly
Yeah,
Hills.
the ones that I could see.
I see.
And then in Bel Air, like, we saw, there was one house that I kind of saw, like, with, like, the trees were, like, all lit up with, like, string lights. And then there was, it, like, appeared that there was, like, a deck with, like, a tree, like, growing through the deck. And that was really cool. And I really wanted to see that.
But we couldn't because it was
yeah.
all gated, and
Yeah.
I couldn't see hardly anything because I
Yeah.
was driving and it's nighttime.
Yeah.
So then
And then there was a lot of garbage cans, like, all in a row. And we weren't sure, like,
there
why.
were like 10 green garbage cans. Like, how many garbage cans does one house need
Yeah.
just to take care of their property? Like,
Yeah,
it's insane.
we were wondering, like, how many servants are living in this house with all this garbage. So, yeah.
But yeah, so we made it out of Bel Air, and then now we're at Hollywood and Highland, and we're gonna see the
Yeah.
Walk of Stars and
Yeah.
maybe the Chinese Grumman Theater.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
that's all we got
Is
for
that
now.
all that happened today?
That's everything. I mean, there's even more that
Oh,
happened.
and Phil got me a
but-
lot of gifts, like tons of gifts. That I'm not sure
Tons
how
of-
I'm
I
gonna
got you
fucking
4
get them
gifts.
back on the plane because
4.
my, like, luggage was, like, already so heavy, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
where are you
oh my
gonna
god,
put
how am
this
I gonna get
massive
these
bracelet
gifts?
that I
Like,
gave you?
like,
This bracelet's, like, the
literally
size
that
of
heavy
your-
book, and like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all these gifts back.
The only one I'm concerned about is the ramen bowl.
The
Like,
ramen,
the ramen
he
bowl
got me
is
like a
great.
karopi ramen bowl. Like, how am I getting that back to New
Your
York?
favorite Sanrio character.
He got me good gifts.
Because we ate ramen.
You, like,
in
are
Little
pretty
Tokyo.
good at gifts. Like, literally, you listen to, like, everything. Actually, my sister was just saying how some people really suck at gifts, and how her friend, like, got her gifts and, like, really, really sucked at it. And so we got into this whole discussion about how people suck at gifts. and like they don't think about like what you want, and they just like get you things like last minute, or they just like get you things like that they would want or something like that. But you like listen to like what I said. I said karopi,
Yeah.
and then you like got karopi, like, and
Yeah.
then like I think that like I said, oh, I like writing things down. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get something like, because you said you like writing things down. I'm like, wow, like you're
Yeah,
good.
you said it.
You're a
take
good
notes.
gift giver.
And then I gave you the little desert
Yeah.
bracelet
Oh,
because we
yeah.
met in Sedona.
I was like, wow, these are good gifts. Like, I don't know, people don't usually like do that.
The only one that doesn't make sense is the necklace. I had to get something to go with the bracelet, so I got the necklace.
But still,
But-
like, I feel like people aren't usually that good with like gift giving. Like, sometimes I'm like really bad. Like, sometimes I'm really good and I do listen, blah blah blah. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know what to get. Oh my god, I'm just gonna like, and I like for my friend's birthday, I just like recently got stuff for like her classroom because she's a teacher, like stupid shit. And I'm like, listen, I didn't know what to get, so I got you this book that like I liked, and then I got you like this calendar for your classroom. I got you this sign like for your classroom because you're a teacher, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm such a bad gift giver. Oh my god. Like, she's like, oh, it's fine, Rachel. Like, relax. And I'm like, next time I have to do better. Like this is hard work. Okay. All right. Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Did you like our recap?
That was like a 21-minute
That was a
video.
21-minute
Crazy.
recap, and now you heard exactly what we did for the day, and we'll be back next time.